John Brewster and Dave Gleeson here from the Angels, and guys, you've been on hundreds of tours, and you're now doing an album launch tour for Taking It to the Streets. Does it just feel like any other tour, or is there something different about this one?
I'm really excited. You know, we did some touring last year, but this is the first touring that we've done with a new album out, so it's really exciting to play some new songs, and so I'm feeling more like part of the band every day now.
Now, I mean, you must be stunned by the response you've got and just the awareness that's out there about the album.
It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, I mean, you know, Triple M have got right behind our new album. They're playing the new single, Waiting for the Sun. You know, life's great at the moment. It's lovely having Dave with us, and what he just said, I completely agree. He's absolutely a member of this band. We've got, you know, Nick Norton playing drums, and Dave, and it's just, you know, I guess the tour we did last November, December, was just all about introducing Dave out there to our fans all around. We did the whole country, and we couldn't believe the acceptance, because it's a big thing, you know, that Dave's done to come into this band, and but, you know, the thing for me is that made the whole thing very special is that we went straight into the studio, completely unprepared, and made a great record. You know, I mean, a lot of the tracks just sort of came about in there, and we haven't done that sort of thing for years. I mean, the last one took 5 years to record.
What would have happened if you hadn't found Dave, or you hadn't have got together? I mean, did you have concerns about the future of the Angels brand, or did you think you would have found a way, some way?
I think look, it's hard to answer that question, because I don't know, you know, Rick and I are pretty close, and we're always talking, and we always talk positive, you know. But you know, I don't know, you know, I'm a great believer in fate or serendipity, whatever you want to call it. You know, Dave came on this gig, whatever it is. You know, those sort of options didn't come about. Yet, did we have worries? Absolutely. You know, it's not the first time that Doc's left the band, you know, and before we've sat around waiting for him to come back, and this time we went, no, hang on, we're going on. And you know, when I called Dave to see if he wanted to join, that was after we'd met during this accidental gig that Dave came up and sang.
Tell us about that, Dave. What actually happened? Where was it? What were the circumstances?
Well, I'm a hillbilly now in Adelaide. I dwell in the Adelaide Hills. I think in a place that John spent a bit of time running around as a young hippie in the old days.
Yeah.
And so there was a place called The House up in Harndorf, which is a German settled city up there in the hills, and they were playing. It was a sit-down show with the Brewster brothers, and I kind of found out, I thought you had to do dinner and a show, but I found out you could just rock up and pay to get in, and so mobbed along and sidled my way up the front, and John said, oh, g'day Dave, how you going? And that's
sort of similar circumstances to how Bon Scott ended up lead singer of AC/DC, isn't he? He just ended up driving him around Adelaide, and then he ended up the singer.
Yeah, he did, yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing, you know, twists of fate, really, you know, and it's great, you know. And I mean, you know, Rick and I just sort of went, you know, wouldn't it be great if Dave was singing with us? I called him up. I'm not sure how long it was afterwards, but when I first said to Dave, look, we're looking for a singer, and, you know, I wondered if you'd like to sing with us. I think we were sort of offering him maybe a guest thing, you know. And I think Dave's first comment was, "You got to be kidding," or something. And I thought, oh, you know, he's not interested.
2 weeks later, I had John Brewster sitting in my lounge.
And, you know, I mean, what he meant was, you know, he said, you know, what an honour. I, you know, cut my teeth on the Angels, and I love the band. And
along with the band, there's kind of the soap opera, isn't there? Like, there's been a major newspaper feature. There's been a documentary. John Brewster, how do you feel? Do you feel you've come out of those looking, it's good? Is it healthy that the people are interested in that, or do you feel that maybe there's part of the story that wasn't told in those two? Now's your chance, I suppose.
Well, you know, we just keep writing the story, I suppose. But I mean, that documentary, no way get, you know, the rest of it. I love it, because that was what we did was we tried to put back together something that belonged back in the past, and it actually worked musically for a while. We said to the cameraman, look, just follow us around. Whatever happens, just film it. And of course, what happened was that, you know, I mean,
Buzz was on the phone to his lawyer a lot.
Oh, Christ. You know, I mean, it was It's quite funny in a way, but funny. You know, we had lots of problems with Buzz, and Buzz wasn't allowed to come to the management meeting at the end of the tour because they couldn't, you know, they had enough of him, and we had to tell him. And there's this great camera shot which pans around and goes, "There's an empty chair," you know. Some people call it the empty chair documentary.
It sounds like some kind of monster.
Like some kind of monster.
And you know, I mean, you know, Buzz is there in front of the camera saying, you know, I signed my contract, Piston Stone. Well, he signed into a contract that was already in existence. He joined the band. You know, when you join a band, you sign the record deal. You know,
yeah.
And I don't think that's true anyway.
John, how did you look upon and this is when the Screaming Jets were coming through, the sort of metal period of the Angels, which was kind of after you left, you know, the Beyond Salvation period where they managed by Alan Niven, and, you know, the songs were covered by Great White, and they opened for Guns N' Roses. As an Angels fan, I'm interested to hear how you looked upon that era.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because Guns N' Roses played Marseille and Take a Long Line, which has got nothing to do with that period you're talking about.
Yeah.
Great White did Can't Shake It to Face a Day. Again, nothing to do with that period. It's all the earlier period. Did I like the metally Angels thing with the not much. But you know, I mean, I had respect for what they were doing, and you know, I wasn't in the band. I never felt that, you know, that it was, you know, that the band couldn't be the Angels without me in it or anything. I'd never have that kind of I don't know if it's ego or whatever, but that wasn't my favourite period, put it that way. They did some great stuff. I mean, I think I wasn't there for their cover of Got to Get Out of This Place, but I think it's stunning. It's a really good take on that. And there's
how do you treat the sort of Beyond Salvation songs at rehearsal? Like, how have you broached the subject, or what's
Beyond Salvation songs?
Yeah.
I don't think we do any.
It's just because it doesn't suit the players in the band at the moment, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I think what with the new stuff and with the selection of old stuff, I mean, we haven't even really started getting into the depths of it. We probably know. I probably got, I don't know, 35 songs down pat. You know,
yeah.
Think of all the rest of them. You know, there's 1,000. So
if an Angels fan stood at the back of the room and said, "Play that," you'd be about 1 in 3 you'd be able to play, basically. Is that what?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, there's some songs here that we'll probably revisit just because they're really. I think we've got some great songs which we never do, like "Shoot It Up," for example.
Yeah.
On the Watch the Red album, I love that song, and you know, the songs like "No Exit," which we do try it out every now and again, but we haven't done it for years now. But I reckon that's a great song. "Straight Jacket," you know. I think we're going to have to start playing longer shows. But you know what? I don't mind about it.
Yeah.
We did this thing in QPAC Theatre in Brisbane. We recorded it. We got a live album out of that, and we did an intermission, and it was very different. I was sitting up in the afternoon going, "Oh no, the Angels playing at a theatre like this is going to work, unbelievable." And you know, people get to sit down. They drive into the car park. They come down the lift. They go and get a drink at the bar, walk in and got a seat. And the light show was incredible.
Yeah, how's that night? It was us in one half of the in one of the auditoriums, and Annie, I think, was playing.
Or was it Sound of Music or something?
I said, "Who do you reckon's rocking out more?" Us guys or them?
Yeah. So